everybody. Boulder, Colorado. Let's go Buff. At the best. Let's go Buff. Let's go Buff. Hey, watching Sports Talk with BWatts. I'm your boy Bernard Watts, live right here in Boulder, Colorado. Getting ready to watch Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Yeah, let's go Buff.
Do you know how much fun we have, man? Do you understand that when we're on offense, I'm watching my son? When we're on defense, I'm watching my son. Then my son is watching my sons.
Yes.
I can't have a bad day because I'm surrounded by family. This is a father's dream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you're watching Sports Talk with BWatts. And along with, you already know, Coach Dre out of Gainesville, Florida. If y'all don't mind, do me a favor right now. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. And hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I drop a video or go live. Hey, tonight is the night. I'm telling you, got an exciting show. I'm glad Coach Dre is here to share the stage with me. We're going to talk about Coach Prime and the Colorado football team. The rejected shall be respected. That's one of the slogans that Deion Sanders Jr. Uses, and I thought it was nice, and I use it on my broadcast tonight. And also, we're going to talk about a superstar is on the rise for Colorado, and he's a walk-on, and that's the center, Cash Cleveland. Also, we're going to talk about that East and West Shrine Bowl game. Some of the players that got an invite and they have accepted, and we're going to talk about it with you, along with Coach Dre. So if you don't mind, participate in the chat. If you got any questions that you want Coach Dre to answer, put it down in the chat, and we're going to get it to him for him tonight. All right? All right. Do my favor. Hit the like button. Hit that like button, and we'll appreciate it. So let me bring Coach Dre up, and we're going to get into the show. All right? Y'all sit back and relax. I'm telling you, it's going to be an exciting show. I can't hear some of the things that Coach Dre going to share with us tonight. One of my favorite shows are doing, y'all. One of my favorite shows are doing. Colorado defense, they got different characters on this team, and that's why they are must-see TV. My dog, Coach Dre. What's going on, Killer?
What's going on?
How you feel, bro?
What's going on, BWatts? What's happening?
Hey, man, appreciate you for joining me tonight, brother.
No problem, no problem.
I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat right now. I want to thank Dr. Angela McIntyre, who's right there. Like I say, she's my best friend, and she's a part of she's my assistant director of Sports Talk with BWatts. You know, she always watching and give me feedback, the things I need to do, straighten out and everything. And I appreciate her. Also, she sent me a gift. I want to thank her for the card. I got the card. It says, "They don't make them like you anymore." I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And she sent me a gift card, a Starbucks gift card. I appreciate that. Dr. McIntyre, appreciate you for doing that. You didn't have to do it. And I got the button that you sent me. Remember when? Remember when? Yeah, I remember when back in those high school days and upcoming spending time with you, my best friend. Let's see what else you got. You got so much stuff in here. I ain't gonna be sure, dog. Oh man, that's nice. I put this in the bathroom. Appreciate it, Dr. McIntyre. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Well, my dog. Let's get into the show, Coach Dre. Coach Dre, let me get your opinion of the game against Utah before we move forward. Going forward to what's on my agenda. Go ahead.
I feel like we came out and played. We started slow on offense, but the defense did what we thought they was gonna do. And what they've been doing all season. Playing hard nosed football. When you put your defense up against the ball like we did with an early pick, and they only give up 3 points, and then we also had a mishandle of a fumble, and they only get 3 points. You gotta believe in what they're doing, and then Shador is gonna be Shador. He gonna figure it out. He gonna get over there. He gonna get on that iPad. He gonna get with the offensive coordinator what he needs to do to make that offense go. And the one thing I applaud Pat Sherman for is he keeps trying to run the ball, even though we might not be as successful as we want to be. He keeps trying to run the ball. But the thing is, these guys' selflessness. I'm gonna always talk about how selfless these guys are. You see the attitude that they have. You got a kid like Ben who knows his role. He's a special team guy, and he's hype about running down and knocking somebody's heads off on special team. And that's the key to a great football team. You don't see a lot of envy. You don't see a lot of jealousy. That Utah was built on their defense. Coach Willingham been a head coach for 18 years. Uh, he's an established coach. He's a wise coach, and you knew he was gonna have those guys prepared. And they was. They had a game plan. They stuck to it. So nobody can be upset with the way Utah came out and played. And it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Every game is not gonna be a cakewalk. Every drive we can't expect to go down and score. We gonna have to
Right.
earn it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to us. And so what I liked about what I saw from Colorado, the resilience.
Good point, Coach Ray. Good point. Coach Ray, going forward now, we getting ready to play a good team like Kansas. They got a good coach also too. And their record kind of don't match with the talent they got over there. And when you look at that quarterback, he's mobile. I think he's probably gonna be the most mobile quarterback we don't face this year. So when you look at this game going up against Kansas, what are some key things you're gonna be looking at this game on Saturday?
uh, you heard them guys talk today. Them guys from Kansas, it's their Super Bowl.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
everything
I
for
heard
them.
it. Yeah,
This everything for them. Kobe Bryant feel like this the best test. He think he NFL corner. People think he one of the best corners in the country. Well, how am I gonna say I'm the best if I can't go out here and play against the best? Uh,
right.
I don't want nobody to look at their record. I don't want nobody to look at those guys' record. That's a heck of a football team. They're gonna come in ready to play. We killing that with a sledgehammer. We got to come out here and hit people in the mouth. We can't play around with them. You can't let them hang around. If you go and look at any football games, if you go ahead and hit them in the mouth and go ahead and knock them down and keep them down, they go ahead and they lay on down. But if you continuously let them stay around, they'll find a way. They'll find a
Right.
way. They got a
Right.
good quarterback. they got a decent defense. Like I say, we just got to come out and play the way we've been playing the last few weeks and just amping it up just a little bit better. I feel confident in us, but again, it's one play. We got to play one play at a time. One play at a time. Going to turn into one quarter at a time. One quarter at a time. Going to play into one half at a time, and we just get to the end of the game and get the W. And that's how you got to play it this week. You get what I'm saying? We can't we,
Right.
we can't get. I don't want us to be too high or too low. I want us to be just level in the middle, ready to go.
Okay, so when we also look at this game now, check this out. Excuse me. Uh, we also look at who am I? Jordan C. He a freshman. We're going on the road playing in that stadium, Kansas City Chiefs Stadium in Missouri. Will that play effect on him? Can
I
he
don't think so
perform?
no more. I don't think so no more. I don't even look at Jordan Season as a freshman no more. That kid has started every game. He's came out and played every game. 9 times out of 10, he's been the best offensive lineman we had on the football field most of the time. He had a few struggles this week, but again, that was against a great defensive line. A lot of those guys are projected to go pro.
Hey,
So and so I'm not upset with anything. I don't think that kind of moment phases him. I mean, playing the IU gets you ready for college. Playing the
okay.
IMG gets you ready for college. And so, if anybody can come down here and you get a look at IMG Academy, you'll think it's a college. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of the kids that are here, they don't go to they don't live in Florida. They're from all kind of places. Cash Cleveland was from Texas. I think Seaton is from Maryland. So they've been away from home and they go around and play in the biggest hostile environments in high school. So I don't think the moment is going to be too big for Jordan Seaton. I believe in that kid, and he's being led by a great leader, in Coach Lodehost. And also, what the biggest thing is, Big George is there, and that was his coach. That's the guy who coached him when he was at IMG, and that makes him more comfortable. I think that makes him feel a lot better that it's somebody else in the building along with his brother out there. Now he got his homeboy out there with him playing, Cash Cleveland. So I think all of that. I think they complement each other very well. I know I saw that when they played the IMG, and I see that now. So I think he'll be just fine.
Okay. I got a question here for you, Coach Dre. From B. She said, been waiting. SB said, been waiting on your show question. Since Travis is a junior, can he be invited to play in the East and West game in January? I'm sure he probably just didn't accept it. You don't need it. There's no reason
No,
for
I
Travis.
mean he no, but he can't. He can't. Those games are strictly for
Well, for
seniors.
seniors, right?
Yeah, they're strictly for seniors, not for juniors. Uh,
Right.
I think you might see later on that they might change it. They might change it, but for right now, the shrine, the East West Shrine Bowl, the Senior Bowl, and all that, those are just strictly for seniors, or guys that are seniors and coming out. Because juniors, they're coming out, so it's just for seniors.
Okay. Appreciate that. I didn't even know that. Good question, SB. Appreciate that. Good question. Like I said, y'all got any questions for Coach Ray, drop it down. I'll get it on there for him. Get it on now. What's going on, Miss Johnson? Crystal Wise, Williams. What's up, Ron? Miss Barbara Close, how you doing? Miss Selma Johnson, what's up, dog? Dr. McIntyre, appreciate y'all. Look like it's gonna be late, it's not tonight. Mustang Crazy, appreciate that. Coach Ray, you a father, you coach your son, right? When we look at Coach Prime, as we look at him, Coach Prime, but when he look at his team, he got some sons on his team also. So when you look at that, I wonder how he feel coaching. I ain't had some when I was coaching. How do y'all feel when y'all coach your son? I want you to check out this video. I played it earlier, so you probably seen it.
Do you know how much fun we have, man? Do you understand that when we're on offense, I'm watching my son? When we're on defense, I'm watching my son. Then my son is watching my sons.
Yes.
I can't have a bad day because I'm surrounded by family. This is a father's dream.
Coach Dre, he said this is a father's dream. He got Shadur, he got Shiloh, and he got Bucket there playing a major role in Colorado's success this year. So as a father, coaching his son like you are doing, I mean, how is it, bro?
Uh,
How do y'all
it's a great
separate
feeling.
from the coach and then the father?
Well, the biggest thing with my baby, with my boy, is I don't have to coach him. We got great coaches, and I try to stay away from him. I let the other guys coach him because I've been coaching my son since about. I have 3 sons. My oldest son has already graduated, and I coached him all the way up through high school. And I didn't want to coach. I didn't want to have to coach David. But some stuff happened in Little League to where me and my other brother had to take over the team, and I had to coach him. And some of the coaches that he was coaching with, they left. And my son was a good player, and people wanted him to go. And he said, "There's no way I'm leaving my dad. I'm gonna stay and play for my dad." So it's a great feeling to be out there and watch your kid grow up and make great plays. Uh, I was a quiet dad. People didn't even know who my son was. Uh, I was standing at a game one time, and David made a great play, and everybody else ranting and raving about him, and after the game, David runs over and he give me his shoulder pass, and the lady says, "Coach Dre, that's your son?" I say, "Yeah, that's my son." She say, "I've never heard." I say, "I don't have to do all that. I do all my coaching and all that at the house and getting them ready at the house. But my biggest thing is my son being a great young man. Got a 3.4 GPA. He's a father's dream. So yeah, it's a great thing to be out there and experience those highs and lows with your son, because you get what I'm saying. It's just a great dream. So I can only imagine what Prime feels to have 3 sons out there that he gets to watch, and then like you say, also to get a son that's watching his other sons put on the magic. That's got to be amazing. But yeah, it's a great feeling. It gets no better. It gets no better than that. You get what I'm saying? It gets no better.
Right. So on these podcasts that we do, we always talking about Shiloh. We always talking about Shadur. Well, Bucket playing a different role from them. What's the impact of Bucket bringing to Colorado that no other school is doing?
He's giving people an inside look that nobody's never got to see. You getting to see stuff that you could only think about. You get what I'm saying? You wonder what's going on in practice from day to day. You wonder what's being said in coaches' meetings. You wonder all this stuff. So he's giving you an inside look. And the one thing I love about Bucky is he just don't show you the good. He give you the good. He give you the bad. He give you all of that. But it's also showing, again, it shows the selflessness. Bucky was a great football player. Prime tells y'all, if Bucky would have been 6'1" or so, Bucky would have been in the NFL. But
Wow.
for you not to make it to the NFL, but to take pride in what you're doing and to be selfless enough to go out there and make sure that my brothers get the best opportunity that they can get, you can't ask for nothing no better. I have that situation here at home. My y'all think I'm the biggest thing. My oldest son is my David's biggest fan. He takes him to workouts, and Daddy, you ain't got to get up. I get him to work out. Hey, David, you got to be there. And he sacrificed so much for David to be where he is. When my son was in high school, at the same high school, they won combined in 4 years. They won 2 games. And people just kept telling me, "Dre, why you won't take Bubba somewhere else? Why you won't do this?" And Bubba straight told me, he said, "Daddy, I'm gonna sit here and suffer, because I know once my brother get here, we gonna be all right." And so that's the biggest thing I see from Bucky, the selflessness that he has. He has no animosity towards those guys. He wants what's best for for Shiloh and Shador, and he tries to make sure everybody knows that he has the best 2 brothers in the world. And you can't ask for nothing better as a father, because so much family, you see so many families torn apart, and brothers don't talk to brothers, and sisters don't talk to sisters, and stuff like that. To see that these guys can get along and be together on one accord, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Also, when Coach Prime put his cameras inside his locker room, he knew he know how the media think about him and try to do him. So he got his own media on the inside, and he can put his story out there first before the outside media put theirs out there. That's a good thing about that. I like about that. Now, there's a guy that's a superstar is on his way on Colorado. He's a walk-on. He's a center. Cash Cleveland. Let's look at this.
One thing that's pretty cool that's been circulating around the internet is that a future Hall of Fame center gave you a little message, Cash. Let's play it in case you guys haven't heard this one yet.
Cash, where'd you play in center? Just want to say from one center to another, best of luck, stay low, and more importantly, hungry dogs run faster. Outwork 'em, baby. Hungry dogs run faster!
I absolutely love it. What does that mean to you when Jason Kelce is giving you some advice there?
It was awesome. Getting that shout out from him means a lot because he's one of the best centers to ever play the game of football. So seeing that, it's a lot of motivation. Makes you just want to do more and take the extra step.
When you look at Cash Cleveland and the way he has came on as a walk-on and the way he come in and have delivered for this offensive line, what kind of player you think and what kind of person you see in Cash Cleveland?
He's an all around great kid. I told people months ago when they got Cash Cleveland to come from IMG, and people told I don't know what he came to Colorado for. Stuff that was crazy. I told people that this kid was for real. He jumps off on Jordan Seaton's highlight tape, and he came. He was ready to. He wanted to be great. He just wasn't settling for I'm gonna walk on and I can just do whatever. He came in and played hard, and so I mean I'm so happy for that kid. I can't you can't do nothing but be overjoyed. The biggest thing is you're not gonna hear stories like that anymore in college football. Ready to walk ons, and so you this probably be the last great story you'll be able to hear with Cash Cleveland because every kid that's at your school is gonna have to be on scholarship.
Right. Yeah, that's a key point. I'm glad you brought that up. Now, a couple players that got picked and got invited to the East and West Shrine Bowl game that I want to talk about. Let's see. We'll bring Justin up first. Shadur Sanders. Uh, like I said, Shadur is he's just the best quarterback in the country right now for me. When you look at him, I know sometime in games, the last two games, he don't started out slow, but I saw the reason why he been starting out slow, and I'm sure they're gonna work that problem out. But when you look at the overall performance of where he came from Jackson State until where he is now, what you what's your assessment of Shador Sanders so far as the quarterback for Colorado?
He's hands down the best quarterback in college football. Here's what people don't understand. Nobody would have ever knew about this if he stayed at Jackson. Nobody never would have knew about this if he stays at Jackson. Nobody never would have knew about this if he stays at Jackson. Because all they'd have said was he playing against lesser competition. He's not as good as y'all say. Well, when he got to Colorado, people said, "Oh, he's just an average quarterback. He'll never do this. He'll never do that." And all he's ever done was prove people wrong. And so I'm so proud for him. I'm glad that he's going. Now, this is the biggest thing is a lot of people thinks this is the lesser of the Senior Bowl games. A lot of people thought that he would be going if he was going to play. He'd play at the Reese's Senior Bowl, but he's playing at the Shrine at the East West game. So I just don't know if he's going to play or not. But to accept the invite, that's big for the East West game to have a net on marquee. But Shador Sanders is everything that anybody could ever hope for at quarterback, and whatever team gets him in this upcoming draft, they should be excited about it.
Right, right. Yeah, I was shocked he accepted too. And we got one another player that accepted, that got invited is the starting safety. Shiloh. I think if Shiloh continue to play like he's been playing the last two games and go out there and perform in this game, his draft stock gonna go up. I think he could get drafted no later than the third round to me. So this invite for Shiloh, how do you feel about that?
Again, I'm happy for that guy. That guy's took so much abuse. People talked about him so bad and say all kind of crazy things like this kid ain't been producing. This kid was playing in the SEC before he went to Giants. And he was playing. He was on every special teams at South Carolina. This kid wasn't a scrub. He wasn't just living off Deion Sanders' name.
Right.
And so for him to get what he's getting now, he's been set back by a few injuries. He got injured at Jackson, and then he got injured this year. You saw last week was the first week that he was fully healthy with that wrist, and he went out there. He showed you what he can really do. I keep saying he's a Brian Dawkins type of safety, and Brian Dawkins in the Hall of Fame the last time I checked. And so that's the way I look at Shiloh Sanders. I think he's going to be a heck of a ball player, and I'm just for him all the way around.
All right. Another player that got selected for this game also is, hey, that's your boy, Jimmy Horn Jr. So when you look at Jimmy Horn Jr., I think this game here going to also help his draft status. If I don't know if his status, I don't know, did he practice today or would he practice sometime this week? But if he plays Saturday and go out there and perform and they get him off right, like I think they can, and following up at home with Oklahoma State, and then in the bowl game, and then with this game, I'm telling you, man, he can get drafted in the NFL. So what's your take on Jim Horn Jr. Going taking that invite to the East
That's my
West Prime?
guy, man, and I'm so happy for him. I was so happy when I saw his name. I didn't think that he was gonna get invited. So it was the one shocker for me for the day. When I saw
Yeah,
his name, hey man, I almost had tears in my eyes. I was happy for him. He worked so hard. He done did so much. The kid done been through so much adversity for him to come up and still get a chance. And that's just off for a little bit of work. He been sitting out the last weeks, trying to get healthy. And that's the biggest thing about Coach Prime that people don't even talk about is he cares more about these kids' health and what's best for them than he cares about putting you out on the field for his benefit. It's got to be beneficial for you. And so that's big for him. Like I say, hopefully he can practice tomorrow. He can play Thursday and get another game in this Friday and the Big 12 championship. But this is big for him to be able to go out there and play in this East-West Shrine Bowl game, get in front of college coaches. I mean, NFL scouts and NFL coaches. And that's what it's more about, getting your fit team with scouts, even though they get to talk to scouts all the time at practice. That'll be nothing new for them. But for him to get out there against some of the best competition and show what he can do, that's big for him. And I'm so excited for him.
right. That's a big that shocked me, that boy. That was a good thing. There. Cameron sent me young Craig. Now I think he earned this one right here. He the heart and soul of the defense to me, from what I saw out there this past Saturday. This guy really want to win. The teammate respect him when he talk. All of them listen. I think this game is also gonna help his draft status. So when you look at Cameron sitting young Craig, talk to me about it.
He's just who he is. He's the true definition of dog. He's the true definition of dog. He's what you're looking for when you talk about top-notch foot players and top-notch safeties. If you ain't talking about Sealman Craig, I don't know who you're talking about. If you're not talking about what this kid brings to the table every week, what he does for his football team, I don't really know what you're talking about. You still got me, BWatts?
Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
BWatts, you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, and this is the definition for all the people that said Prime was going to play daddy ball. For Prime was going to play his homeboy. Sealman Craig did not start last year. Slusher was the starting strong safety going into TCU. And Slusher went out there and balled. And I was just like, oh, my. I don't know how much, Sealman Craig going to play. But Slusher got hurt. And when he got hurt, Sealman Craig never gave that spot back. And that's the point of that's the point of being prepared when your number's called. He is definitely a guy that's been prepared. He just never gave it back. And so you got to be happy for that kid. I'm glad he gets a chance again to be out there in front of the scouts against other draftable players and see how he matches up against other draftable players. And I think this also going to probably get Cam an invite to the combine, which is the biggest thing I wanted for Cam, was to get the invite to the combine.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I think this will help him get invited to that combine to go out there and produce like I think he is, like I know he is. And another person that got invited was wide receiver Will Sheppard. Will Sheppard left Vanderbilt as the number one wide receiver to come to play with Shador and all other receivers to give up numbers so he can get noticed. And look at him now. He's getting invited. Not saying that he wouldn't have got invited if he stayed at Vanderbilt, but he also getting the opportunity to play in that game with a good quarterback with Shador Sanders. So when you look at the performance of Will Shepherd so far this year and getting invited to this East and West Shrine Bowl, what you think about that?
Like I said, I think this would have happened if he'd have been at Vandy. This is just another stepping stone for him to get to the NFL. Like I said, I think if he had been at Vandy, he probably would have had way bigger numbers, more catches, and all that type of stuff. And again, it comes back to what I keep saying: the selflessness that I want to come somewhere where I can be on the stage and be on a big stage and play in some of the biggest games I can play in. And I've been coming up big. He another kid, who done been tossed through the ringer and talked about and all that. And that's just part. Again, that's part of football. But again, these are still young men trying to find their way in life, and that's my whole problem with people throwing kids down in the mud and not trying to pick them up. Yes, I understand that kids gonna make mistakes, but remember, you was that age at that point in time, and I wonder how many mistakes you made. I wonder if you could have go back and make some changes. Wouldn't you go back and make some changes? So I'm just glad that kid didn't listen. He kept his head down. But like I say, for him going, I think he'd have been going to either one, one of these Senior Bowls. Either way it go, if he was at Colorado or Vandy. But I'm just glad that he's here and get to go with the contingency that's going from the University of Colorado, and that's big. I haven't seen a contingency like that in a long time,
Wow.
in a very long time, and so it's good to see those guys getting that recognition.
All right, last one. I think this guy here, he the heart and soul. He the heart and soul of the receiving corps to me. From what I saw up close last Saturday, that's LeJontay Webster. You got to remember this dude last year caught over 100 passes at the college that he came from, and also he came to play with Shador, knowing that he wasn't gonna get the number of touches that he got last year, and now he also got invited to the East West Shrine Bowl. So, what you think about that?
Hey man, them Florida boys
It,
gonna always show up and do their thing. Like you say, he left a program where he caught 100 passes, over 1,000 yards, was gonna be the man to come play with his guy. Like I say, people don't understand the relationship him and Shador probably have. Shador was going to FAU. He was going to play for Willie Taggart. Willie Taggart was the coach before Prime got the head coaching job at Jackson. And
okay.
so him and LeJontay had a relationship. That was that was gonna be his guy when he was going to FAU.
Wow.
Speed things up. Prime get the job at Jackson. He ends up going to Jackson. LeJontay still goes to FAU. Go back and look at the tweet.
Yeah, I
Shador
saw
put
it.
out the Shador put out
Yeah.
the put out the tweet in that, and the guy answered to
Yep.
come up to the big leagues and see what you can do. And so he's putting on a show. And like you say, when T.O. tells you you're the heart and soul of this receiving core, Travis tells you that, Coach Phillips, everybody that you talk to tells people that LeJontay Western is that guy. He never sulked, he never pouted. I don't think things was going the way he thought they was going to go that North Dakota State game. When you go from being the guy who, when the quarterback come out, that's the first person he looked to being the guy that maybe you're second or third. You know what I'm saying? It took some adjustment to it, but once he got adjusted to it and he realized, I just want to win. I want to do whatever it can takes for me and
Mhm.
this football team to win, and that's LeJontay's thing. And then you got a brother that's there with you that's
Right.
rooted in faith. You get what I'm saying? Anytime you see the other website, you always talking about being blessed and all that good stuff. All those blessings are raining down on those young men, and you got to be proud of. And I'm like I said, I'm very proud of LeJontay. Uh, I think he should be. I know the Bolitnikov list came out. I don't think he was on it, but if they'd have waited for the end of these next two games, I'm pretty sure he'd have been on that Bolitnikov award-winning list. He's one of the top receivers in the country, hand down.
Mhm. I'm glad you gave these guys their flowers, Coach Draco. Coach Ryan said in the presser right
We ain't
here.
petitioning for
Uh,
nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids' success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop. Some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, well, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
When you look at the outside folks, the big time folks, are they holding grudges against Colorado football team because of dislike for Coach Prime? You think
They
that's why
did.
we didn't get the recognition?
They did it in Little League. They did it when they coached at high school. They did it at the HBCU level, and they doing it now. They holding the grudge or the hate that they have against Prime, and they trying to take it out on these young men. Again, that's what I'm saying about pundits like myself and other and the guys that's on here with us. That's why I push the narrative of what I push. Why, Dre? Why you push the narrative? Because it's enough people out here trying to tear him down. It's enough
Right.
people out here trying to make him look bad. Again, I have no problem with Kirby Smart. I have nothing. I think he's a hell of a football coach. But if Deion Sanders had what Kirby Smart had going on at the University of Georgia, they would crucify him. They would crucify him. You don't see that going on. All I want is the equal. I want everything to be equal. I want Prime and his kids to get equal opportunity. Y'all told us Carson Beck was better than Shador at the
Yeah,
beginning of the
yeah.
season.
Right.
How that work out? How that work out for you? You
It
get what
ain't
I'm
looking
saying?
good.
So stop holding that. Y'all trying to hold this Heisman away from Travis and talk about all this other stuff because y'all don't want the glitz and the glamour that comes with these young men because Coach Prime lets these young men be who they are, and that ain't what y'all want. But we can't y'all can't get mad because this what come with these young men. But like you say, when you talk about a kid like Travis, how can you not like Travis? What does
Right.
Travis? I'm in Gainesville, Florida. You know what? They thought Tim Tebow could walk on water. He's no different. He's no different than Travis Hunter. I promise y'all, he's no different than Travis Hunter. He didn't smoke. He didn't drink. He didn't. Tim Tebow didn't go out. Tebow was strict. Football was what he was about. And y'all and people ranting and raving about Tim Tebow. So why can't Travis Hunter get that same kind of treatment? Why can't Travis Hunter get that kind of likeness? This man don't go out. He got a fiance. He like to fish. He don't do nothing wrong. So why can't we get that same? So yeah, they holding that kind of stuff against him. But when you again, I keep saying this: when you living in your purpose and you walking in your faith, you can't nobody tear you down. And that's why Prime don't let that kind of stuff bother him or let what people say about him or his guys. It don't bother him. But now everybody want to jump on the bandwagon. Everybody got something. Oh, they listening to what I say and this, that, and the third. Man, that man, if he didn't listen to you when they was losing, why would y'all think he would be listening to you when he winning?
Oh, trust me, he ain't stand up, man. Coach Brown got other stuff to do, man.
I mean, that man got tons of people in his building that can help him decide what he got going on.
Oh, all right.
Like I say again. I don't. That's why I tell people I'm just a nobody. I just speak on when you know it's somebody else that's walking in their faith and doing what God called them to do. This is what God calls him to do. And that's sometimes that's where people get lost. And you get what I'm saying? You see coaches, they should have stayed at a certain place, but I understand the money might have been calling, but just imagine if I'd have stayed here and built myself up. And now you see all the people coming, oh, Prime finna go to the NFL, oh, this, and this, because that's what they want.
That's what they want.
Because they want him out of college football because y'all see he taking over college football, and that's exactly what we told y'all was going to happen.
Yeah, he coming. He said he was coming. He's here now. You got to deal with it. Check this out, Coach Drake. Before we move on to the next topic, you watching Sports Talk with BWatts, and y'all don't mind. We got Coach Drake out of Gainesville, Florida, here with us. If you don't mind, hit that like button for us, y'all. We appreciate it if you do. And continue with your comments in the comment section. Coach Drake, Coach Brown said, I'm going to see what you think about this. Coach Brown said, why they don't have me as an award? The best corner in college football should be called the prime. Yeah, that was a good one, though, man. I liked that. What you think about that? you mute. You mute. Can't hear you. You mute.
You can hear me, BWatts?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, there's nothing wrong with these guys that these wars are named after. You know, the Bolitnikov, the Thorpe, and all those guys. I think all them guys played in the early '90s, stuff like that. These kids don't know these guys. You
Right.
have to do your background check on these guys, and like I say, when I go back and I did my do your background check, those guys were great football players. But now a guy like Deion Sanders, who is arguably the greatest football player to ever play, arguably we know he's the best corner to ever play. Why not
Mhm.
name the award after him?
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what I'm
they do.
saying? And give him his flowers. I think we do this too much in the world. We wait till people die to give
Right.
them their flowers.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The person that you honoring can't get none of that love and
Right.
that support. It's his family or somebody there receiving it for him. That's why I'm glad. Like you see a lot of these people skipping over and going ahead and giving these young men their statues and all that when they retire instead of waiting till
Right.
people die and giving them their statues and stuff. Because let these people be able to enjoy this stuff themselves, not just them, not just their families. So I agree with them. I think that the best cornerback award should be named the Coach Prime or the Deion Sanders Award. I think after like 10 to 15, maybe 20 years, I think we need to look and see who's been the best in this decade or that decade, and start changing names and giving people their flowers while they're living, because I think that would like you say, wouldn't that what would that be for Travis Hunter to win the Coach Prime Award? You get
Oh
what I'm
man,
saying?
that would be man. Oh man,
That
that would
you
be
get what I'm
special.
saying? That would be big. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that kind of stuff, you still in that kind of stuff, and I believe that Prime deserves that. I just believe he deserves it. And
I do
so
too.
if anybody listening, hey man, I think we need to do that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yeah, I vouch for that. You name that award Prime Award to the best defensive back. Y'all make it happen if you're tuning in or if you run across this replay. Let's talk about
Let's go. Let's go. Y'all ready to eat? Y'all ready to eat? Let's go. Y'all ready to eat? We don't fucking meat on the bone. Let's do it. I'm speaking for all the coaches. Y'all go the out there and get me meat. Y'all understand that? Go get me meat. 16 points. They don't score the drop. They don't cross the 50. Shut that down. And guess what? When we get to the ball, get wet. Y'all with me? Y'all with me?
This is where it creeps in, don't let it. Right? Players 1, 11, swarming to the ball. Run past it, doesn't matter. Right? Watch the ball. Don't do shit stupid. Right? And we'll be just fine.
when you look at Colorado defensive side of the ball and the coaching staff on that, it's elite, bro. You remember what they were saying about the coaching staff coming into this summer when Coach Prime had put all these guys together? Well, look at these guys now. I know I don't ask you just about every week about this coaching staff. Once again, what do you think about the coaching staff on the defensive side? Not just on the defensive side, but the whole coaching staff for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo.
Here's the thing. I'm probably the oldest guy in my room at Eastside coaching, and I tell our coaches all the time, you got to practice what you preach. These kids nowadays, they can look at they looking at everything you do and everything you say and everything. So if what you talking about don't line up with what you doing don't line up with what you saying, some of that stuff go out the window. So I had to go. So what coach? So people said Prime couldn't coach. What I went out and did, I went out and got some guys that believed in me, that want what's best for me as a head coach. And I went and got them around me. I went and got a no-name defensive coordinator that nobody knew about.
Right.
and I made him the defensive coordinator. The man didn't come in with no demands. He didn't come in and tell me I needed to bring in any coaches. He just said, hey, give me what you got, and I'll go make that work. He went down and got in the trenches and made it happen. And now what you see is those guys conforming to these young men. You see D. Lou say, Cam came up with that get wet system.
Yeah, I know he.
So now I'm gonna use these boys' lingo. I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna get entrenched with what they got going on. Now I'm an old school coach, but I understand that times have to change, and you have to do stuff to get these kids to understand what it is. And so now once you understand what they're talking about, they're more accepting to understand what you're talking about. A lot of older people don't get that. Is that, hey, I know you don't want to hear some of this music that they listening to, but just sit there and listen to it for a minute with them. And then you can get them to listen to some of what you want them to listen to. And they might say, oh, man, that sounds pretty good. I didn't know it would sound like that. But it's a give and take. And what you see on this coaching staff is a lot of give and take. And then you got one boss man. And one thing about Coach Prime is he signed up to share the fame and take the blame. You've never seen Prime come to a press conference and blame one of his coaches for a loss.
Right.
He said, this on me. I got to get better. I got to do this. I got to do that. We got to fix some stuff. We got to do this. We got to do that. The same thing with Shedeur. You've never seen Shedeur come and throw offensive lineman under the bus or throw this guy under the bus or you drop the pass or anything like that, because they're being shown the right way. I think this is one of the best coaching staffs in America, and it's not because of how they coach. It's about the way they deal with each other and the love and the respect that they have for each other, and how you got two NFL pros that done played 10 years plus. One got a gold jacket, but they treat Dancy just like them. They don't make him look like he no outsider. Or he don't, you get what I'm saying? You don't got the same respect that we got. They came in from the jump to let our defensive line know that, hey, we gonna coach this thing as a group. We one unit. It ain't no you this coach, you that coach. We one great unit. Same thing with the linebackers coach. I like the way the coach from Michigan, Halo, have came in there, and the pregame show has showed you that he's the guy in the box, writing down what's going on, this, that, and other. And I know I've been hearing people say, oh, well, he should be getting the credit because that's his job. Right. That's his job. He's supposed to sit there and write down what's going on. And then these guys on the field down there getting the guys going. He's up there in the box being able to write this stuff down, taking notes. And then so he should be able to come down at halftime and show these boys the corrections and this, that, and other. That's the form of a good football team. I guarantee you that that's going on other places as well. But because you don't have a well-off, you don't have a reach to people, or you don't have a pregame network, you don't get to see that. So now you want to shift the credit to somebody else. But one thing about these men is they respect each other so much, and they give each other the credit. And then it's led by Coach Prime. Coach Prime calling his coordinators up there after the game and giving them the credit, letting people know that these guys are calling great plays and putting them up on the pedestal and letting, like you say again, giving these guys their flowers now. I'm not gonna wait because, like I say, putting off something tomorrow that I can do today, hey, ain't no need for that. Go ahead and give it to them while the getting is good. And so, and that also that helps the morale. But I think we got one of the best coaching staffs in the country.
We do.
And the support staff, I think we got a great support staff. But the biggest thing is when you look at Prime, his sister, his secretary, when you come to his office, that's his sister sitting out there.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? His mama's there. He got all three of his boys there. You get what I'm saying? You got people that's been with him for 20 years. You got Mama T there who treating these boys. So when parents come in and you see the stuff that Mama T doing, and like I say, it's not just appealing to kids, it's appealing to parents. Because the parents got to feel comfortable with leaving my most precious thing with you, my child. And knowing that my child is going to be taken care of. And Coach Prime puts a lot of parents at ease, and a lot of coaches as well. And Big George, what he's doing. And I think we got some more surprises coming up. I was shocked to see that Terrell Owens just signed with Smack Entertainment. So I don't know what that means, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like I said,
I
I've
saw
been
that
saying
too.
I think he's the next guy that'll be a Colorado Buffalo coach. I wouldn't be surprised.
I won't either. All right, Coach Ray, we got 5 more minutes. I'm gonna let you go. Take this out. All right, let's look at this. You know what we gotta talk about. When you look at this list that came out, how did Boise State jump BYU in that number 4 slot?
Because they're trying to discredit the Big 12. And they trying to discredit it because they feel like Colorado gonna win. Let's just call it what it
Yeah,
is.
there you go.
Let's just call it what it is. Because I thought it was the top 4 conferences was gonna get a bye, but I had to go back and reread it. It's the highest rated conference champs. So if we
Yep,
don't get in front of Boise and we win the Big 12, we won't get a bye.
right.
So I just think it comes down to the bias for the Big 12. And really the bias because people feel like Colorado probably gonna lock up the Big 12 and hey, we just not finna give Prime no bye. We just not finna give him no bye. He gonna have
I
to go
think that's
earn
what
it.
it is, big dog. I
He
think
gonna
that's
take
what it is.
he gonna have to go earn it. But again, it's still games to be played. And I'm not like I said, I'm not as worried about it because of the simple fact is everything got to play itself out. Indiana and Ohio State play this week. Well, if Ohio State play, of Indiana shocks Ohio State could have the same record as Colorado coming out of this weekend. Uh, I don't see what people see in Penn State, but I like Coach Franklin, so that's why I really don't talk about him like that because I like Coach Franklin. Uh,
Right.
right now, Miami doesn't even control their own destiny.
I was
If
shocked at that too.
SMU and Clemson went out, if SMU and Clemson went out, they'll be playing in the SEC, in the ACC championship. And if that happens,
Right.
guys, Miami's going to get in. Miami's going to get in because they'll only probably have one loss.
Wow.
Uh, the biggest thing that could happen this week is Notre Dame lose. If Notre Dame loses, if Ohio State if Ohio State beats Indiana, then I think the walls will come down on Indiana. People start saying they ain't played nobody, all that kind of stuff. But BWatts, how many SEC teams in there?
Boy, I'll wait till you get through the set. Boy, they try. Man, you don't watch. They might try to slip 5 or 6 in there, but you don't watch it now. If Tennessee win, you got Texas A&M. Don't forget South Carolina, Coach Drake.
I mean, I told
I
y'all,
want to
man.
be.
They
You sure said it. I
they
thought about you. I said, oh,
it's just not fair. I was on another show today, just looking at the comments. I think we was in the DMVR chat today, and I'm like them. I think they need them. They're gonna end up moving it to 16 teams, and I think everybody should. If you make the conference championship, you should make the playoffs.
both teams.
So the two teams that make the conference championship should make the playoffs
That's
because
what I thought was
because
gonna
right
happen
now
this time.
because right now people don't even want to play in their conference championship.
You heard what
Miami don't want to play.
you heard what the head coach for Ole Miss said. He said it don't do no good to go in there because you lose. They ain't gonna put you in.
If you lose, if whoever loses the SEC championship, because there's no undefeated teams in the SEC. If you lose the SEC championship, you liable not to make the playoffs.
That's what the head coach of Ole Miss was saying. That's exactly what he said, Coach. Right? That shocked me, man.
I
I
mean,
said, "Dog,
and my whole thing is when is football about? When is football about not being a champion? So we not rewarding the people for winning a conference and being champions. Georgia
right."
don't want to play in the conference championship. Neither does Alabama probably right now because we gonna be in regardless.
Which team that Colorado match up good to you that's in that playoff?
If we get in and we don't get the bye, I got a strong feeling they're gonna find a way to match us up against somebody from the SEC, whether it be Ole Miss or whether it be Alabama
or Tennessee. They're gonna find a way to try to match Colorado up against an SEC team.
That's what I want.
I mean, we not running from nobody.
Exactly.
We not running from nobody. But like I say, I'm not looking that far ahead. I just want to beat Kansas this
Right,
week.
right,
I don't.
right,
And like I say, I watched the little poll show, and I just watch it to see what they doing. And so
right. That's what I was doing too.
what they did with BYU, that just let me know they was discrediting the Big 12. They were gonna try to find a way to discredit.
They know Coach Prime gonna win. They know he's gonna win. They don't saw the talent.
So it's
See, they
like,
paying
okay,
attention. They weren't paying attention like we were paying attention during the summer, spring, first 3 games, and now they don't start looking at them and say, "Oh man, what Coach Prime working with?" Then they saw how we did UCF, right? Then they saw how we did Texas Tech, and now they saying, "Oh, BYU don't look that good, but Coach Prime look real good. He gonna win it. So let's go ahead and move Georgia State on up and keep Coach Prime getting that back so he can play Ohio State."
This the biggest thing we watched. Every other conference is beating each other up and it's knocking them out. But for some reason, that's not what's happening in the SEC. And that's the only problem I have with it. Everybody else is beating up on everybody else and they knocking each other out. But for some reason, the SEC, and I seen somebody say, well, they already made the rules. Yeah, they did make the rules before the season started, but that has nothing to do with the 12. We want the 12 best teams in college football.
Right.
And you can't tell me that 4 or 5 of them are coming from the SEC. It's just not.
Right.
Georgia, Texas, Georgia, Alabama. That's it. For me, Texas, Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah. You're right. I agree with you 100%. But you notice when they play each other and then whoever loses, they only fall by two slots down. But when BYU lost, they fell 8 spots down.
Because they think it was it's like, if you keep the Cinderella story going, we got to keep you like that's what's gonna happen to Indiana. If Indiana go out here and they get in Ohio State hammer Indiana, they gonna drop like 8 or 9 spots.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it coming.
Because all anybody gonna say is, see, they didn't play nobody. We told y'all they wasn't good. They gonna drop a whole bunch of spots. But with Texas and that's why they set it up. That's why they set it up the way they set it up. So, like when Georgia played Alabama, let's make sure they in the top 5 when they play each other. So whoever lose, they'll drop maybe 1 or 2 spots, and that'll be okay.
That's it, man.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, that's just how they do it, and it's not fair. But like I told people, I think they're gonna end up moving it to 16 teams because this year is going people gonna be upset. I'm just telling y'all this right now. Right. People are gonna be upset, and so that's why I want to win the conference. I want to just win the conference, and wherever we lay at, that's what we're gonna have to deal with.
Okay, check this out. If Army beat Notre Dame, what gonna happen?
If Army beats Notre Dame, that puts the Big 12 and the ACC in a position to get one of them gonna get 2 teams in. Because as of right now, if you're looking at it right now, you got 5 SEC teams. I think you got 4 Big 10 teams. You got Notre Dame, Boise, and whoever the Big 12 champion is. So it was one of each from the ACC and the Big 12, right? Right. So if Notre Dame gets knocked out, and I think if Indiana lose, I think that'll help the Big 12 and the ACC. You need Indiana to lose, and you need what's it called to lose. Because
is there a chance or possibility if Coach Prime and Colorado win the Big 12? Is there a way for keeping them out?
No. You win the Big 12, if you're the conference champion, you automatically in. There's no way if we win the conference championship that they can keep us out. There's no way. We win the conference championship, we in. No, and that's what I want. I don't want to have to beg and plead and ask nobody for no help. I just want to do it ourselves. So that's why you got to take it game by game, step by step, minute by minute. You can't do anything other than that. You can't do anything other than that.
Okay. All right. All right. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We want to appreciate each and one of you for your comments down there in the comment section. We appreciate you. And once again, like I say, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and we appreciate you for watching Sports Talk with BWatts. Coach Ray, that's it. That's it. Get your last word, and we out of here, brother. I appreciate you.
I appreciate everybody for coming in and rocking with us. Like I said, man, we just a brotherhood of guys. You know what I'm saying? We just here trying to help each other, build a brand, and trying to support another black guy and push him forward. If y'all see, like I say, we don't know how true it is about the FAU thing. I'm trying to find out how true it is about Ray Lewis. But again, it might not be true for FAU, but somebody's gonna hire some of these guys because they see what's coming down the pipeline, and they see what you need to do to get to where you're trying to go. And you don't have to do it the old-fashioned way. You can do it your way. And Prime is showing you can do it your way, caring and loving for kids, and putting that forward, putting that first, not second, not putting the kids' talent and what they can do for you first. It's what you can do for these kids and helping them be better. So I appreciate everything. I appreciate BWatts for letting me be on here with him on Wednesdays. Every other Wednesday it's been a blessing to be on with you, bro. And I appreciate you. And like I always say, man, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my brother BWatts. Love and respect. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with BWatts along with my dog, Coach Dre. Once again, may God continue to bless each and one of you spiritually, educationally, and financially, that you may be the person that your family may be the family that God wants you to be. Once again, come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I got Greg Cedric from Atlanta, Georgia. We will be here at the 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And also, if you don't mind, go back and watch some of the replays. If you missed last night's show on Tuesday night, I'm telling you, everybody been calling me about that show, letting me know how well they enjoyed Brother Steve and JR commentary on the show last night. So, hey, I'm telling you, go ahead and watch that show. And while you're up there, check out a couple of my shorts that I did. All right? All right. Hey, y'all have a good night, and may God continue to bless each and one of you, and also your family too. Good night. You're watching Sports Talk with BWatts. We always cover Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo football team. Thank you. The headache gang himself, Shiloh, is one of the best safety in the game. Whenever Shiloh lock in, just like he did last year against UCLA, and deliver those hits, just like he did, he's going to be hard to beat. He's going to be hard to beat. And I'm here to let you know, he will be drafted no later than the 3rd round in the NFL draft that's coming up. Also, back there at that safety position is Cameron Simeon-Craig. He is the leader of the defense, and he is the leader of the back end. I'm telling you, Coach Prime got 2 dogs back there in that safety position, and Cameron Simeon-Craig and Shiloh. They both are leaders, and they both are dogs. I'm telling you, they'll put you in that medical tent. Beware of the headache game. You heard it right here on Sports Talk with BWatts. Their defensive back are elite. I believe they're the best in the country in college football. Anytime you got Travis Hunter and DJ McKinney as your 1 and 2 defensive back, they will lock down your number 1 wide receiver and your number 2 wide receiver. Well, the key to this defensive back that Coach Prime got is going to be in that slot position. That's where Preston Hodge come in. Elite talent, can play you man to man, and when he's injured or out, they can throw in stardom and one of the best defensive back on the team, Colton Hood. I'm telling you, whenever you hear Coach Prime say, hey, we come out the womb and bump and grind, that's what they mean. That's what I saw. It's going to be hard for your quarterback to be successful against Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes if he's not accurate with their football, because they got the #1 cornerbacks in college football to me. You heard it right here on Sports Talk with BWatts.
His ass hit in the second half. You got me? Go hit his ass. All right, next one right here is the counter play. All right, so the counter play, what they're trying to do is this guy's in line. You understand me? They know that we set our 3 right there. So Bentley, we were in Tampa one play, all right, and you came underneath and made the play in the backfield. All right, so look, they're trying to bim right here to our linebacker. All right, you've got to go coke can the fuck out of that guy if he comes your way. You got me, 41. All right, now we're into the 12 personnel runs. All right, they started off giving us 10 formations. All right, now they've gone condensed on some of these. All right, so it's a really good job, Cam. We talked about it all week. If we got an internal, just make we stay locked on that. All right, we make lock, we communicate that. Hey, if we're in our 3 J's or we're in 7 Y, we just know that it goes to 3-man fits. All right, D-line's doing a good job. Keep holding the point right here, and we got to get downhill and play. All right, now the other thing that they'll do is they get these 2 guys inside off the ball. You saw it all week, so if I'm the safety coming down right here, I've got to take this guy to the flat, and it ain't nothing but our 3-man fits. All right, when they run this gap scheme in the second half, all right, you take it to the rest. You understand? All right, the other one is a bastard set right here. All right, it's their quad float, so they're trying to see how we're going to line up because what do we check? Black. All right, so they're motioning this asshole right here in the backfield. All right, and then they're getting them downhill on the counter play. I'd expect this formation in the second half, but listen, it doesn't make a shit what they do. All right, who's this shit about? It's about us. All right, and the answers are right here. You keep nutting up the run.
Do you know how much fun we have, man? Do you understand that when we're on offense, I'm watching my son? When we're on defense, I'm watching my son. Then my son is watching my sons.
Yes.
I can't have a bad day because I'm surrounded by family. This is a father's dream.
Y'all go the out there and get me meat. Y'all understand that? Yes, go get me meat. 16 points. They don't score. They don't cross the 50. Shut that down. And guess what? When we get to the ball, get wet. Y'all with me? Y'all with me?
Man, I'm here with Mr. BWatts. You know, he came out here to catch the Colorado Buffaloes. You know, we ain't gonna talk about the top 10, but shout out Raw, the man, the media, and Coach Dre, man. Go Buffs.
Go Buff. But I'm telling you, Hill, Green, and Bentley, they'll put you in that medical tent over there. Yeah, when they hit you, that medical tent go up on the other side of the field. Because Hill Green, he the best linebacker in the country. With Hill Green and Bentley, they are the best duo linebacker in the country. And followed by my boy, Andre Hart. He's the best linebacker coach in the country right now. Hands down, Coach Prime got his team ready, they focused, and we're moving on up. And I'm telling you, get ready, because Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes football team getting ready to take us on a ride that we never seen before. I'm telling you, you heard it right here on Sports Talk with BWatts. Go Buff.
Big
to the fire. Let's go up front. We need y'all. Let's go. Let's get tempo. Hey, we talked about it in Nebraska. You don't want to be the little brother no more. You want to show all these motherfuckers what we're about. Right? Let's go 3 and out right here. We'll score again, and we'll be down the rest of the night. This is where you show them who you are. Here we go. Oh, shit. Yeah. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for making the time to do this, man. No problem. Thank y'all for having me.
There is no other player like Travis Hunter in all of college football. And the Colorado Buffalo Star is here and will join us live when you come back to College Game Day.
You're doing stuff that nobody in the history of ball has done. I think you're averaging like 135 plays a game.
A superstar, an elite talent on both sides of the ball, and a legit Heisman candidate. Everybody, please welcome Colorado's Travis Hunter!
All right. Must be the money. Boulder, Colorado. Let's go Buff. At the best. Scope Buff. Scope Buff. Hey, watching Sports Talk with BWatts. I'm your boy Bernard Watts, live right here in Boulder, Colorado. Getting ready to watch Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Yeah, let's go Buff.
Colorado defense. They got different characters on this team, and that's why they are must-see TV.
Do you know how much fun we have, man? Do you understand that when we're on offense, I'm watching my son? When we're on defense, I'm watching my son. Then my son is watching my sons.
Yes.
I can't have a bad day because I'm surrounded by family. This is a father's dream.